chemistry. It's just been tightest turn around the side of the back because it's
tell whoever's in here this is like a camera. You should be able to get score. All you're gonna do is loosen to the left, from right,
That's it. I got a leg head.
And just be also because we don't want this top lower.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait a minute. Now, but then and then just. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And just make sure you're getting your stuff. Yeah.
Okay, am I right?
Right there's good. Yep. And I wrote on her case on
Get over it.
yeah. All today this
Saying that now. Your name?
It's Eddie.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Jeff. I'm the family name. Earl Collinville. First name. Here's the breaker. What?
The last time we talked, the guys were just telling me we left something on the other.
Okay.
Do you want to use my car?
Still is. The only thing is that's the cost time of the breaker.
Right.
So I don't know if that's what's down there. It's up here. The only thing that you just mess with switching
no facility people.
And the rest keep it on.
Oh yeah, keep it on the field, but it's coach.
Yeah.
Scores.
We should, on the stream though, it should show the score.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, you might.
yeah.
So.
Wait.
You're wide.
I've been calling people. Okay.
Man, what a day, Jeff.
I can remember that. I don't know what else to do. As long as we're in the stream, right? Okay. Don't touch it.
One more time. Oh, yeah. Twist this off. Twist it. So get it back. Oh, no, no. Loosen it. No, loosen it. For the easiest part.
And as soon as you off, call right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And slowly shrink.
Yes.
And I know to sit down and
Yeah.
do you. Okay. I wish you would get it so that I can get glasses on. Please. Okay.
Don't let me put you.
Next month. And I know I do. Eddie, I don't. Well, thank you, but I mean, my son, that's the only reason I have 3 more minutes. You have a number. Oh, it's just yours. I can't talk.
You can.
All right.
Tap me or I'll be paying attention.
Will. Oh, Gene. It's hot here.
I'm trying to keep the air going.
Well, the sun. Oh, you got about 8 minutes. Listen, I don't have to. Okay. On the 50-yard line. Okay. What's he doing up there?
He's gonna be doing the speakers. Like the live stream. Yes, ma'am.
Who are we playing?
The Radford Knights.
Or the Senate?
Roster or their standings.
Play. Well, that doesn't know.
Roster for that.
But call names. Well, it really does. I can get that.
But I'll just have to.
You're going to be number 93. Oh, don't say
No, I want you to put a kick on.
I know that. Oh, somebody's right. Okay. Just call that. I mean, don't be fine. Okay, I got a 45-yard. There.
Welcome to Frank R. Campbell Stadium and Daly Field here in Danville, Virginia, where we have a semi-pro football game going on between the Virginia Storm and the Radford Nitro. It is Storm Family Fun Day, and speaking of family fun, we just had a marriage proposal, and yes, she said yes. It was cute, it was nice, it was everything right, and now it's time to get some football underway in about 8 minutes. Storm come in 4-2 on the season. They've got some impressive win margins. They won their first game of the year against the Red Devils 25-14, then won in a blowout win 20-0 against the East Carolina Phantoms. They dropped 2 in a row to the Carolina Cardinals 14-12, 24-0, and then picked up the last 2 against the Virginia Blitz and won one of those 35-19, and then won big time in their last game against the Blitz 40-0, a big time win. So the Storm look to carry that momentum into this game against the Radford Nitro. The Storm, if they are able to pick up a win tonight, they will host the first round of the playoffs. So a lot at stake here for the Storm. Again, they dropped 2 in a row just two games ago, and with a win here, they host the first round of the playoffs, and we all know what it's like to have home field advantage in the playoffs. Here in Danville, Virginia, it feels like a great day outside. It feels like it's the middle of summer, middle of August somewhere. It definitely is not cold. Everybody's got their sleeves out and their arms out, tanning, soaking up the sun. So we're going to take about a 5 or so minute break, and then we will be right back here with some more Virginia Storm football. Okay.
They live in,
Okay. Really?
yeah, I just came today just to come see. I was going to be doing sorts of things like that.
You're working on
I'm surprised, but up here on my like this. Usually it's cooking.
next time we'll be doing that.
About football. Well, I'm gonna have legit. You know, I didn't. Well, my son, we grew up and you know, we were you're talking about. My three children. We were born. But, considered at 60. He said, there's 5'10", Jen, so she does. But you're shorter than she is. I'm 5'9", I'm the shortest one. I start. I start.
And so, Storm.
Okay, and then national goal is
We going this
this way, this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Curious, over there.
Kick the window.
Right.
This way.
This way.
We're gonna run.
Okay, yeah, but I don't want to start up.
And we are back after the opening coin toss. I want to take a second and apologize that our down marker, if you look on the score bot, the down marker is not working. We're having a lot of technical difficulties as far as the scoreboard goes. The scoreboard, if you're here live, is out. It's not running. You can't see it. But we will continue to provide continual updates throughout the game as far as scores, down and distance, time, things like that go. We will provide continual updates. So, after the opening coin toss, the Radford Nitro decide to defer to the second half, and the Virginia Storm sees the opportunity. They want to go on offense first. They will receive, and they will be running towards the field house. They will be running towards the left of the screen. We're going to take a break, one more break, and we're going to get the national anthem underway.
Okay, I want. So, when they kick, follow, and then go down here, keep it going. Okay. Okay. Here, I'm gonna follow. They're doing their thing. Okay. Stop. Do I? Yep. Right. Right. I don't want to mess with you all. Everybody ought to be on that. This is looking at okay, I'm not. Just do that.
And so we are back and ready for the opening kickoff. It is exciting here. You can feel the energy coming from the crowd. It is a big crowd here for Family Fun Day. Looks like Devin Sales is back to return the kick, as well as Mark Boyd. And then Andre Dickerson is also back there. So 3 return men for the Storm. And they're all lined up at about the 10. They don't seem to have much faith in the Radford Nitro's kicker. Radford Nitro will be in red on red in the Storm. And that new gray on gray. And here we go with the opening kickoff. And that ball did not go far at all. Received by one of the up men from the Storm. And the Storm will get started off on the 45-yard line. Some great field position for the Virginia Storm. Not the best kickoff. I don't think the kicker got a hold of that ball the way he wanted to. It looked like he caught the middle of the ball and it kind of clunked off the middle of his foot. And so here we go on offense for the Virginia Storm. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Ball's hiked. We're going to go with an outside zone to start the game off. And that's going to be a first down on the first play. Goodness gracious, number 21. Andre Dickerson able to find a crease and get through it. Dickerson showing his flashes of speed very early. Jordan Anderson at quarterback. And if you're the Virginia Storm, that is a start you want. Start off with an outside zone to the left, and they're going to go the same thing to the right. Not as much success, but they will still pick up about 4 yards.
Andre Dickerson on the carry once again, 2nd down start.
So we got about 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Anderson in the backfield. 3 receivers, got a tight end. He's going to drop back, looks left, throws left, down the middle of the field, and just overshot Keyshawn Jones. Jones was wide open. He split the corner and the free safety and was wide open in the middle of the end zone, but Anderson just overthrew the outstretched hands of Jones. So here we go, 3rd and 6. Look for another pass play, obvious passing down here. And they decide to go with a handoff. And that handoff was given to Andre Dickerson. And Dickerson taking back in yardage. So we're going to be looking at about a 4th and 8. And it looks like the offense is staying on the field here. Nitro comes out in the 3-4 defense. And Jordan Anderson making adjustments at the line. He's got 4 wide, even spread, 2 and 2 to either side. There's going to be an offsides or a false start, on the offense. So they're going to back up about 5 yards. It's going to make it about 4th and 12 now. So you go from a passing down to now you got to take a shot. Look for the Storm to go with a post across the middle of the field and test the coverage of the safeties. Jordan Anderson drops back, looks left, pump fake. Scrambling up the middle. He's not got much daylight. And so that's going to be a turnover on downs. Virginia Storm got off to a hot start on offense. Had a man streaking down the middle of the field wide open. And also Andre Dickerson showing some signs that he's ready to go for maybe a 400-yard game. Nevertheless, here comes the Radford Nitro on offense. And out comes the Virginia Storm defense. A team that does not let up a lot of points. So the referees are announcing that number 54 did indeed check in. So we've reached our first break of the game with 11:27 left in the first quarter. Score still 0-0 after a halted offensive possession by the Virginia Storm. So let's see what Radford can come up with for their first play of the game. Looks like they're going to come out in a wishbone formation. Yep, so they're going to come out in a variance of a wishbone formation, a full house type set here. I mean, absolutely nothing. This Virginia Storm defensive line. Virginia Storm defensive line seemed like they were in the backfield before the ball could be snapped.
Josh Tompkins at the line.
And so Radford right back to the same formation. They're not scared of this defensive line. Virginia Storm crowding the line of scrimmage here. And they do blitz. And again, nothing going for the Nitro. I mean, the Nitro are absolutely being bullied up front. They're going to have to step back into the shotgun formation to give their quarterback some time to work, some time to think, because right now he's not got nothing there. Virginia Storm players in the backfield before he can get a hold of the football. And they're looking at about a 3rd and 11 right now because of it. So let's see what the Nitro staff can come up with. So the referee signaled that there are 8 minutes left. So they do step back into a pistol set here. Busted play, looking for a pass. He's got a man and he overshot him. So the play action was busted in the backfield from the get-go. He had a man on a corner route, but just overthrew him. So that brings up about 4th and 11. And so Radford does come out in a punt formation, 4th and about 11. High snap, punt sent off. This is going to be Mark Boyd on the return and a nice Storm bounce on the punt. That's going to put them at about the 41-yard line. And so here we go with the Storm offense. And they had some flashes of greatness in their first possession, but not able to make anything materialize. Looks like they've sent a different guy out at quarterback. They've got Troy Helton in at quarterback now. Going to go to speed option with Helton first play. Helton pitches it. Bobble snapping. It worked out to the benefit of the Storm as Andre Dickerson, the athlete that he is, able to haul it in and pick up a first down and some more for the Virginia Storm. So first down and 10 after the Dickerson first down, his second first down of the evening. He's got about 23 rushing yards on the day. Hilton dropping back, looking to scramble. Made a man miss. He bends it back outside. Made another man miss. And Hilton fumbled it, but he had a teammate scoop it up. First down, Storm again. And that's really where the fundamentals come into play. You've got to tuck that ball high and tight. You cannot palm it, hold it out like you're Michael Vick. You've got to hold it high and tight or else it'll hit the ground every time. So first and 10, Storm. They go 4 wide, even set once again. Hilton drops back, looking for something, not seeing it, so he's going to scramble again. Heaves it towards the back of the end zone, and nothing going. Troy Hilton looks like an amazing athlete out there, running around, making guys miss left and right. He's just got to get his eyes downfield, keep them downfield. Looks like some confusion in the backfield on the play. Speed option. Hilton looking for some room. Pick up about 2 or 3. Or excuse me, 4 or 5 rather. Third down and 6 coming up. Here we go with Troy Hilton. Handoff to Dickerson. Dickerson got bobbled up at the line, but keeps his feet churning. First down, Storm. So it'd be a nice time to announce some sponsors after that first down play. We want to thank the Trophy and Sign Center, Gammons Auto Sales, Wilkins Realty, Norhurst Tactical, Weeks Floor Sanding, and the Hughes Center right here for that first down. Hilton in the backfield again, snug set. He's got a man coming off the edge, makes a miss. Cuts up the middle of the field. Hilton still moving down inside the 5-yard line. Troy Hilton, a heck of an athlete. And that's going to make it first and goal from about the 3-yard line for the Virginia Storm. So it will be first down from the 3-yard line. I formation. Hilton will come from under center. And that is going to be a touchdown, Virginia Storm. So the Storm able to get the first 6 on the board. That touchdown scored by number 36, Greg Thompson. And so on for the extra point would be Kyle Lax. Up and in. So the Storm make it 7-0 here. With about 4 minutes left in this first quarter.
Your only option. Okay.
And so here we go. Storm on the kickoff. And the Nitro don't make it very far, but they will start at about the Storm 40.
I hate the clock's not working.
So we got 4 minutes even. And it is Radford Nitro football. The last offensive possession did not amount to much. Virginia Storm defensive line just proving to be too much here for the offensive line of Nitro. But here we go. And the Nitro quarterback was clobbered before he could get that ball off. So that brings up 2nd and 10 for the Radford Nitro. And so here we go with the same pistol set. 2 receivers split out wide. Handoff this time for the Nitro. Doesn't get anywhere. So they're going to bring up about 3rd and 9.
I just zoomed in. Oh, good. Thank you. So I can see it too, right? Okay. Oh, that's better.
So the Nitro have to get something going. It's 3rd and 9. This is their second offensive possession that's not going very good at all. Same pistol set for the Nitro, and play action speed option goes nowhere. So that'll bring up about 4th and 9. The Radford Nitro is going to have to get with their coaches and come up with something different offensively, because whatever they're doing is not working. They're going to have to put bigger bodies on the O-line or more disciplined bodies on the O-line or something. Their current offensive line set is not working, and you can kind of see it in the body language of the Nitro. They're walking off the field. Helmets are off before they can get off the field. There's certain things that you can tell from a team's body language how they're going to do, and walking off the field is just not a good sign. So the punt snap comes in high, punt off, high, sky high. Takes a Virginia Storm bounce again. So that punt went all of about 20 yards. So Storm football, and about the 47-yard line, excuse me. So this drive right here is sponsored by Firehouse Subs and Piedmont Printing. Let's see what the Storm can do on offense. Got a man running on late. So back in at quarterback is Jordan Anderson. Anderson hands the ball off. Handed it off to Sydney Sandage. But if you're Sandage, you've got to get north and south. Going east and west doesn't get you very far. It just tires you out. Looking at about a 2nd and 8. Or 2nd and 10, excuse me. Referee just respotted the football. And that's the end of the first quarter. So after quarter number 1, the Virginia Storm lead by 7. We'll be right back with the second quarter of action.
Oh, sure.
So the Storm on offense to open up the second quarter just like they were to open up the first. Ball handed off, getting north and south this time is number 43, Sydney Sandage. And depending on the spot, that is a first down Virginia Storm. Anderson stays in at quarterback. First down, Storm. Right back to Sandage again. Looked like just an A-gap ISO right there. Picks up about 3 or 4. So Anderson in the backfield, 2 receivers split to his right, 1 to the left. Still looking for a receiver, finds his tight end. Good tackle there by the Radford Nitro. So here we go, about 3rd and 3 here. Interesting to see if the Storm trusts their running game or passing game more here. But if I had to go off of tendencies, this ball is going to Sandage, the running back. Anderson snaps it. Read option. He keeps it. Gets around the corner. He's going to pick up the first down and get out of bounds. A smart play there by Jordan Anderson.
by number 9, Jordan Anderson. First down, Storm.
So the Storm consistently moving the football down the field here. Moving the chains. And they're about 30 yards out from another 6 points. Ball over to Sandage. Or excuse me, that ball was handed off to Cedric Sales. And carry didn't go much of anywhere, so we're going to stay. Looks like he lost some yardage, actually. So, second and about 11. Anderson still in the backfield at quarterback. Radford stays in there 3-4. Got a safety creeping. He backs off. Anderson looking. He's got a man. And he finds him in the corner at about the 6-yard line. Jordan Anderson, what a throw to the corner. That was number 13, Devin Sales, hauling that in. With a little Tammy toe tap. Able to keep possession of the ball and stay in bounds. It's going to be first and goal for the Virginia Storm. They're 6 yards away from a touchdown. Timeout called by the Virginia Storm. 7-0 the Storm lead. Again, this drive sponsored by Firehouse Subs and Piedmont Printing. So coming out of the timeout break, it looks like the Storm are going to go back into that I formation that they had last time they were faced with a first and goal. Cedric Sales split back as the halfback. Ball handed off to him. He's got space to run. He's going to be tackled down at about the 2-yard line. And they're probably going to go to the same exact play. Storm trying to get lined up. Anderson will be in the shotgun. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield with him. A receiver split out wide either way. And he's got Joshua Kelly at tight end, number 49. Trying to find Joshua Kelly. That pass was tipped at the line and almost intercepted by the Radford Nitro. Luckily for Anderson, it hit the turf. So this is going to make it 3rd down and goal. And again, another place to see how the Storm coaching staff will call this. Anderson snaps it. Pass play coming, looking for a fade route, and just overthrown, looking for Eric Harvey that time. That will bring up 4th and 2, 4th and goal really, but from the 2-yard line, and it looks like that will bring on the field goal unit of the Virginia Storm. And it's going to be Kyle Lax again, who made the extra point attempt earlier in the game. About a 14-yard field goal here for Lax. Kicks up and good. So that makes it 10-0. Virginia Storm taking the lead, extending the lead rather. In the second quarter, about 11 minutes left. I'm going to get a more accurate time here from the refs in just a second. The Storm players having fun on the sideline. Dancing, jumping around, keeping the energy up.
DJ Palmer got to receive for Radford.
So the Storm looking to kick off here. Nitro getting up the field this time after the kickoff. And so here we go, Radford Nitro. Maybe with the dawn of a new quarter, they will bring out a new skill set on offense here because they have not produced anything to worry about for this Virginia Storm defense to this point in time yet. So a timeout call. Looked like the Nitro offensive lineman didn't know where to line up at. So a timeout call, 10-0 here. Virginia Storm leads it. About 11 minutes left until halftime. And so Radford in the shotgun, two running backs split to either side of the quarterback, two wide receivers split out wide as well. Storm corners back off. Looks like a cover three being played. Handoff by Nitro. They might have picked up 1 or 2 yards there. It's going to make it 2nd and 7. So Nitro come out in the same formation here. 2nd and 7. Play action, trying to throw a quick slant, almost picked off there by Johnny Wimbish. And that's probably the best offensive play Radford has ran all game. Had a good look at the wide receiver there, just overshot him, led him too far. And so here we go. Radford Nitro back up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation as the past two plays. It is 3rd and 7. Dropping back like they wanted to go deep there, but just swallowed up in the backfield. So that brings up about 4th and 7. And the punt team for the Radford Nitro as they trail 10-0. Fourth down coming up. Punt team on for the Radford Nitro. Punts average about 18 yards apiece. And this one's got a little bit better length on it. Don't quite know what the Virginia Storm are trying to get done with that right there. But it's going to be Virginia Storm football. And it looks like the referees are disagreeing, actually. So let's see what the referees come to with a conclusion. It looks like one referee is pointing at Radford's football. Got two referees signaling it, so it looks like it's going to be the Radford Nitro's football here. And that is bad discipline by the Virginia Storm on the punt. When the return man says Peter, that means get away. That does not mean try and slap the ball out of bounds. But it's just a learning point, as everybody has. Nevertheless, the Radford Nitro within 30 yards of a touchdown now. And so let's see if the Nitro can keep this momentum going here. And timeout called by the Nitro. 10-7. The Virginia Storm leaded Radford Nitro in striking distance of a touchdown. And so the Radford Nitro out on offense. I don't necessarily know this formation too well. And nevertheless, there was a false start on the Nitro. I'll tell you what, fans, I played football for 14 years, and I've been broadcasting it for the better part of about 4 years, and I've never seen a formation like that. They had their 5 linemen, 1 receiver split out wide. They had 3 up men and a running back behind the up men. It was like a modified punt formation, a design wildcat run type of formation. I don't necessarily know what you would call it. And it looks like they're going to come out in the exact same formation here. Or no, they're going to come out in a pistol this time. So a pistol set, 2 receivers split out wide, and a flag will be thrown. Looks like it's going to be another false start penalty. So you're looking at about first in a country mile here. Pistol set again. So receiver split out wide. Let's see what the Nitro can do here. They've talked themselves out of a good position, and they're going to go with a handoff on the first play. So it's a good time to say thank you to Averett University for partnering with the Virginia Storm to make this beautiful stadium our home. So we could put on good events just like this Storm Family Fun Day as we lead 10-0 against the Radford Nitro. Nitro, let the quarterback snap the ball and was just hoping his receiver would be in place. So it's going to bring up first and about 20. So the Nitro's going to have to go deep again here. They can't afford to run the ball on 3rd and 20. The run game's not shown any reason to believe that they could pick that up. So they're going to have to pass the ball. Questionable that they're still out in the pistol set. I would have gone 4 wide. They split a running back out. So they've got 3 wide receivers now. Ball snap. Quarterback just decides to scramble. He gets loose. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. He does not pick up the first down, but he does get some yardage back. And depending on how good of a kicker they have, they could bring a field goal unit out and try and scrape 3 points out of this. Clock will continue to run so we move under 7 minutes into the second quarter. And it looks like the offense will stay on the field for 4th and 9. Pistol set again for 4th and 9. Again, another obvious passing down right here. The Nitro drops back. Going deep down the field. He's got a man. Touchdown, Radford Nitro in the corner of the end zone. And maybe that's the play that the Nitro needed to spark some momentum here. The Nitro trail 6-10 now. They're down by just 4. And that is undoubtedly the best play from the Nitro. Two-point conversion attempt coming up, actually. Pistol set again. 2 receivers split out wide. And the 2-point attempt works. So the score sits at 10-8 now. With under 6.5 minutes to go. The Radford Nitro not going to lay down. The Storm are going to have to keep pouring it on here. 2-point game at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. And they're going to let this ball dribble out of bounds, and the Storm will take over at about the 35-yard line after that kickoff goes out of bounds. And so the Storm offense on again. They trail by just 2 points. Or the Storm actually lead by just 2 points, 10-8. They got off to a hot start, but the Radford Nitro are here to play.
Stung them good.
And we will continue with the rotation of quarterbacks here. Troy Helton back on the field. So 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Helton spins, cuts back middle of the field. Helton still on his feet. Helton close to a first down, but he doesn't totally pick it up. Going to be looking at a 2nd and 3.
No, the 2-yard line down there, and you couldn't get it over.
Helton, 2 receivers split out wide. He's got a tight end. He's got 2 tight ends, excuse me. Handoff up the middle. That's number 36, Greg Thompson. Not sure if it's going to be, I think it's just 3rd down here, 3rd and about 3rd and inches actually. So fully expect a run play to Greg Thompson right here. If I'm the Nitro, I'm sending every player I can on the field up the middle. This ball's going to Greg Thompson. And Helton keeps it.
All right.
And he does pick up the first down. Here we go. Helton looking to go deep down the field. And almost caught down the sideline, but it's incomplete. So that brings up 2nd and 10. Timeout call. 10-8. Virginia Storm leads it. And this timeout is sponsored by Lance Towing. With about 4.5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Second down and 10, 4:21 left until halftime. Troy Helton in the game at quarterback. The Nitro blitz. The Storm hand it off, and they don't pick up much of anything. It's going to make it 3rd and 9, excuse me. So Helton back to the line quickly. The Storm don't waste any time. Passing down right here. 3rd and 9. Helton drops back. Had a man coming off the edge. He didn't leverage the hip, so Helton out and running. Helton able to pick up the first down, it looks like. So the Storm pick up another first down after being faced with a 3rd and 9 situation. So here we go. Helton drops back, looking to pass again. Across the middle of the field, he's got a man. Can the Storm find a way to get in the end zone? He's got a man loose. He's gone in the end zone. The Virginia Storm pick up another 6 points. That makes it 16-8. A great find from Troy Helton. And so this will bring on Kyle Lax. On for the extra point attempt. This would make it 17-8. And that was blocked at the line of scrimmage. So the Storm lead by 8 with about 3.5 minutes to go until halftime. Can the Nitro find a way into the end zone again? And can the Storm keep them out of the end zone?
So this is semi-pro? Really? It's real good for some kids. Yeah. For they're good. All right.
And so here we go, Storm preparing for the kickoff. And the Nitro still moving out past the 40, about the 48-yard line, or the 44-yard line, excuse me.
Got their life.
About 3:43 left in this first half. Storm lead by 8. 16-8 here. Back in the shotgun set for the Nitro. Interesting, there was no flags thrown. And a busted play all the way around. And we'll leave it at 2nd and 10. And so here we go again. The Nitro out after a busted play. Let's see if they can get back on track. Shotgun set. Down deep down the field and overthrowing his man. Again, the Nitro just have to connect with the receivers. They're getting open looks. You just gotta be able to connect. And so timeout called by the Nitro. This timeout sponsored by R.A. Doss Plumbing. 16-8, your Storm lead it. 3:27 left in the first half. And that's going to be a false start. So the Nitro will have to back up 5 yards. That's going to make that third down just a little bit more difficult. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers out. Across the middle of the field and just overthrowing his man. The Nitro have open men running down the field. Just cannot connect. So that's going to make it 4th and 15. And so it looks like it's going to bring on the punt team. Or the referee signaled that it's halftime, actually. So at the half, the Storm lead it 16-8. The Storm out to a hot start. We're going to take this time to say thank you to 103.3 and 102.5 for airing the Virginia Storms radio ads. Thank you to JJ Aresti for using his DJ equipment this season. Thank you to all of our volunteers and staff for their time and hard work doing whatever it takes to get the job done. And thank you to Kara Barber Decals and Logos. And tonight is Goodyear and High School Football Appreciation Night. This halftime presented by Wilkins Realty. Your Storm lead it by 8, 16-8. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. side. Sometimes just And we are back after the halftime break, getting ready for this second half, sponsored by El Vallarta Mexican Restaurant. The Storm won the first half. They lead 16-8. And here we go with the Radford Nitro. And they get out to about the 25-yard line on the kick return. So let's see what the Nitro can get going offensively. They were able to get a touchdown off of a fly route towards the end zone. Found a man standing in the back of the end zone and hit him dead in between the numbers. And they were also able to capitalize on a 2-point conversion. So let's see what they can get going offensively here. This Virginia Storm defense cannot let up and get lazy and just be happy with this 8-point lead. They have to keep swarming to the football and attacking the man as they have. So here we go. Radford out. Shotgun formation. Two running backs in the backfield. Ball snap. Handoff given. Fumble on the ground. The Virginia Storm scoop it up on the first offensive play. Stiff arming the Virginia Storm are headed towards the end zone. Touchdown Virginia Storm.
I almost forgot to turn it.
Just like that.
Oh. That was great.
First offensive play for the Radford Nitro, and the Virginia Storm gets 6 points out of it. And that takes it up to 22 points for the Virginia Storm. So Kyle Lax out for the extra point. Lax kick is up, and it will not make it to the field goal post. So 22-8 is the score to Virginia Storm. And so here we go again, the Virginia Storm kicking team back out on the field. So here we go. Maybe Radford can get something going here after they shake the cobwebs of halftime out. So here we go on the return. Nitro down at the 30 this time, a 5-yard increase from their last kick return. Nitro struggling to get players off the field here. So shotgun set again. Two receivers split out wide, two running backs in the backfield. Maybe the Nitro can make something happen here. Unfortunate play on their first offensive snap of the second half. Nice hitch route dropped by the wide receiver. It was well ran, well thrown, just couldn't get hauled in by the wideout. So it brings up 2nd and 10. And so here we go. Same formation again for the Radford Nitro. Pump fake. Quarterback scrambling, looking for some help. He doesn't find any, and he's going to get sacked. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. So 3rd down and 10, another obvious passing down here for the Radford Nitro. Same formation for the Nitro. A lot of men crowding the line for the Storm. It's going to be a false start. Or it could be offsides depending on the referee that got to look at it. And it will be offsides. So the Nitro catch a little bit of a break here. So 3rd down and 5 now for the Nitro. A little bit more manageable than 3rd and 10. Ball thrown down the field. And just overthrown his receiver is the Nitro. Again, they're getting wide receivers open. They just cannot connect. So that brings up 4th and 5 in the punt crew for the Nitro. And the snap goes over the punter's head. And so that, instead of being a punt, will be a much more unfortunate event if you're a Nitro fan. That'll be a turnover on downs on the 18-yard line. And so the Virginia Storm back on offense and already in the red zone. And so here we go. Troy Helton back in at quarterback. 3 receivers set in the shotgun. They hand the ball off. They've got some space. That's number 44, David Moore, getting the ball. But there is a man down for the Radford Nitro. We're going to take a break. 22-8. The Virginia Storm lead it. So back on offense is the Virginia Storm. The Nitro working with a thin roster as it is, 24 deep. So they need their players to stay healthy. Nevertheless, the Storm in striking distance, sitting at the 10-yard line. Hilton hands it off. And that's number 21, Andre Dickerson, not able to find much space. So here we go, first down. Hilton hands it off. Dickerson down inside the 5-yard line at about the 4. Hilton in the backfield, same formation as the past few plays. Drop back for a pass. He's got a man in the backfield with him, just scrambling, trying to get away. And what a touchdown! What a touchdown! Or did they actually called it off? They called it off. I could have swore that Keyshawn Jones had got his toes in. That is a bad break for the Virginia Storm. A good break for the Radford Nitro. I could have swore that Jones got his toes in with the concentration, but the referees down at a better level of the field said something different. That brings up 3rd and goal from the 4. What a catch, nevertheless, by Jones. And what awareness by Hilton to keep his eyes downfield. Hilton still on his feet. Down at the... They're going to call it a touchdown. Well, you got... Well, you've got another referee saying it's at the half-yard line mark and one referee signaling a touchdown. I think they're going to go with the touchdown ruling. I'm not terribly sure on what's happening. Looks like they're going to award the Storm with the touchdown. And so that will bring on Kyle Lax and the extra point crew. Excuse me. That's going to bring on Jesus Uresti. Bobbled snap, and it is hit at the line of scrimmage. The Storm have the ball. Chitter chatter down on the field between two players. So that makes it 28-8 now. The Storm lead it. A commanding 20-point lead here with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. So the kickoff team for the Storm is out. Kick return team for the Nitro is out. Kyle Lax setting up for the kick. That ball booted deep down the field. Gathered at about the 8-yard line. Taken out to about the 35-yard line. Let's see what the Radford Nitro can do. They have not crossed midfield yet this quarter. So let's see what happens. They're down by 20, 28-8. The Storm leads it. So let's see what the call is with the flag on the field. No signal from the referees, but it was a 5-yard penalty, so I can only assume that it was a false start. Maybe the center got down and moved the ball a little bit too much, or one of the offensive linemen got set and jumped. Nevertheless, it is 1st and 15. Shotgun formations, 4 receivers split out wide for the Nitro. They're going to try and make the Storm defend here. Again, ball dropped. So 2nd and 15 coming up. If you're the Nitro, you're okay because you still have the option to run the ball right here and gain some of those yards back to make a 3rd down more manageable. But you could always pass right here just to try and gain a big chunk of that back. Four receivers again for the Nitro. Drag route thrown on 3rd and 15, and it was fumbled. But the Nitro able to get it back. So 3rd down and about 9 yards to go for the Nitro. They trail by 20 here in the 3rd quarter. And the 1st down picked up by the Nitro. And maybe that's the momentum they need right there. Maybe that's the spark to get them to be able to get another 6 on the board here and cut this deficit down before the 4th quarter. Nice post route thrown here by the Nitro. Really could have been a horse collar called, but none of the refs saw it, it seems like. Nevertheless, the Nitro down right at the 20-yard line as the That was the prettiest pass of the game from either team, really. Quarterback able to drop back, look through his reads, and found the post across the middle. And so here we go, the Nitro moving. Scrambling up the middle. And we go second down and about 3. Shotgun set, 4 receivers out. Ball to the corner of the end zone. Ball overthrown, so that brings up 4th down and 3. Or 3rd and 3, excuse me. Timeout called by the Storm, so they lead 28-8. It is 3rd down and 3. The Nitro on the move. So here we go, the Nitro on the move after a chain of good plays. Looks like they're going to come out an empty set here. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. This is very interesting. Now we're getting some high-flying football here. Let's see what they can do with it. The Storm bring the blitz, and the Nitro get completely engulfed. I mean, it was terrible. Taken up in the backfield before the play could get started. It's going to knock it back to 4th and 10 again. And we've seen that the Nitro don't trust their kicker at all. They didn't bring him out for the extra point earlier, and it doesn't look like they're going to bring him out anytime soon. So here we go, 4th and 10 here for the Nitro. Can they get in the end zone? Ball sent towards the end zone, intercepted by the Storm. There's quite a lot going on the field right now, and I saw an interception for sure with my eyes, but after that happened, the referee made a awkward call there. He said the Storm had the ball, but he called the play dead for whatever reason. Possession still hasn't been awarded to either team. The Nitro's offense is still out on the field. The Storm are gathered on the sideline, and the referees are still talking amongst each other. And again, I know I saw an interception for sure in the corner of the end zone. And somehow, some way, it is the Nitro football. I'm not sure how it's Nitro football, but timeout called by the Storm. 28-8. 6:03 left in the third quarter. So fans, I'm trying to sort through this. It was 4th and 10, Radford football. They dropped back in an empty set, threw an interception. The play was called dead somehow, and now it's Radford football again. 4th and 10 again. So nevertheless, here we go. 4 receivers split out wide for Radford. They go deep down the field again. Overthrown, so this should be a turnover on downs. And it should be Virginia Storm football. Yep, I'm sorry, fans. I don't know what happened on that last chain of 2 plays. I was for certain I saw an interception, but nevertheless, it's a turnover on downs after a second try of 4th and 10, and it's Virginia Storm football, and the quarterback in the game is Jordan Anderson now for the Storm. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield with him, a receiver split out wide on either side. Handoff up the middle. Storm still moving. And that is Cedric Sales. Time. Actually, that's the end of the third quarter. It's the end of the third quarter, according to the referees. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8 on the other end of the field. Fourth quarter coming up. Your Storm lead it in the fourth quarter. Storm football. They hand it off again up the middle. And nothing much going. They might have mustered a first down. It's going to be fairly close. They did get the first down. Ball snap, drop back. Check down out to his running back. He turns the corner and play blown dead after about 7 yards will be picked up. So looking at 2nd and 3. I do recognize the clock still says third quarter, 6:03 left, but it is the fourth quarter with about 14:20 left. So that play went nowhere and nowhere quick. So we've got third down and about 7 now.
Third down and 7 for the Storm.
So 3rd and 7 coming up. 2 receivers in the backfield with Anderson. Drops back, no rush. Tries to throw a triple covered quick slant. Not able to get it into his man. So that brings up 4th and about 7. And it looks like the offense will stay on the field. Drop back, looking to scramble, looking for a receiver. He's got to go now. And he just gets his first down. And again, I do realize it says third quarter, 6:03 left. It is the fourth quarter with 12 minutes left, and I told you guys that it was a first down. It was so first it was ruled a turnover on downs, but now apparently it is being ruled a first down.
I don't know about our referees.
Here we go after the first down pickup. The Storm handed off up the middle, and they're going to pick up nothing. So we're looking at about 2nd down and 10 again for the Virginia Storm. Got about 11:30 on the clock for the fourth quarter. Ball handed off again. And off goes the Storm. And the Storm able to pick up the first down and some, about a 30-yard run on that play. And the Storm just bullying their way with the run game. The Storm right now just saying, I am bigger than you, and I'm just going to run it right at you. I mean, Virginia Storm coming out, and you can predict what they're going to do. They're going to run it every time. There's no doubt about it until the Nitro can prove to them that they're going to stop it. Platoon swap here for the Storm, getting a whole new offense in. The only person that remains is the quarterback. Dickerson in the backfield with Anderson. Anderson hands it off. And that's David Moore. And that's going to make it 1st and goal for the Storm. Dickerson with the handoff, and he's able to find the end zone. Dickerson making something out of nothing. There was a wall of Nitro players in front of him, but he's able to make something out of nothing and get in the end zone for 6. No good attempt there. So the score will remain 34-8.
How many minutes left?
We've got about 8 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out for the Virginia Storm. The Virginia Storm with a dominating performance tonight here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium and Daly Field. 34-8 is the score, and it looks like by all accounts that they're going to be hosting the first round of the playoffs. And again, if you're a fan of any kind of sports, you know that is huge for your confidence in the playoffs, excuse me. Radford Nitro still moving on this kickoff return here.
Do you know what time it starts next week?
So here we go, Radford Nitro out on offense. About the 47-yard line. Empty set here. Last time we had an empty set from the Nitro, a bunch of stuff happened. High snap. And that ball hit the ground harmlessly in the vicinity of no one. That brings up 2nd and 10. And the Nitro taken down again before they can get anything going. Third and 5 coming up. And so here we go, empty set again. And I mean, the Storm defensive line just in the backfield before the ball can get back to the Radford quarterback. A gathering of the minds here for the officials. And then they're going to call a face mask. They gave the referees gave the signal that it was a personal foul, but didn't give the signal for which personal foul. I believe it's a face mask, judging off of the fact that the quarterback's helmet came off and D linemen were yelling. And We're moving 15 yards forward. So first down for the Nitro. Quick screen from Radford.
There we go.
And it looks like there's a fight on the Radford sideline.
I'm so shocked.
And it doesn't look like anybody's trying to stop it at all. Everybody's just going. We're going to take a break here as we get that situated. So there are flags on the field. I expect people to be thrown out. This looks like something from the old wrestling promotion ECW. People getting hit with helmets, fists being thrown, and all kinds of stuff happening. We're going to try and get this sorted out. Hopefully we can, and we can continue this football game. Finally, the coaches are in and trying to separate their two teammates. And now, players on the Radford side are fighting each other. Players are shaking hands as if the game is over. There's security on the field. There's a player down. I'm not quite sure what's going on. The coach is pointing for his team to go to the locker room. Players are unbuckling. I don't think that the game is... I don't think time expired.
What's Tim telling me?
The bench is definitely...
Hat on, he said. Do you see that?
And the game is over. I think the referees have decided to toss everyone. So
It's over.
the game ends.
See, watch Tim.
Okay.
The game is over. The score is 34-8. The Virginia Storm wins. They will host the first round of the playoffs next week. And it was a commanding game by the Virginia Storm here on Family Fun Night. The crowd is packed here. The energy was high for both teams. Radford not able to get any momentum going on offense other than a couple of good plays. They had a couple of good sequences. But nevertheless, the Virginia Storm come out the victors 34-8. And we want to take this time to thank Firehouse Subs, Domino's Pizza, Hot Dogs, Barbecue, Nachos, and all the other things that were provided for concessions. And thank you to the ladies running the concession stands every home game. Thank you for all of your hard work. This game was presented by Wilkins Realty, and Virginia Storm wins it 34-8 here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium.